Well folks, welcome back to another episode of Whitebeard's Kitchen. What I have in here is 3.5 tablespoons and heaped tablespoons of coconut oil. Use any oil such as maybe vegetable oil, sunflower oil, or you can use olive oil if you wish. I've just got my hands on coconut oil. What I'm cooking for my sins, I've been threatening to do it for a long time. So they call it the hottest curry in the world, and this one is going to be mighty hot, so it's a chicken Phall. So that's the coconut oil heated up. Okay, so first I'm going in with a bay leaf and a piece of cinnamon or cassia bark. So just going to let that kind of fry up for maybe about 30-40 seconds or so. Okay, so get that in. Don't know what really this is going to do to this thing. As I say, a hot curry indeed. In next with the onions. And hopefully I don't drop any of these chilies that I have here in yet. So this is a medium to large onion. I kind of want to get this kind of translucent, slightly on the edge of brown. Okay, so it will probably take about 7 minutes or so for that. And then I'll go in with the rest of the goodies. Right, so I've got the onions, the colour that I want. Rather than put tomato puree in, what I'm doing is I want a good tomato paste, so I have 6 plum tomatoes going in, and I'll obviously let those heat through and break down a bit. So those can break down. I'll put the lid on, keep it on kind of a high to medium, or medium to high, I should say, to let the juice come out of the tomatoes. Okay, so the tomatoes have broken down actually a bit sooner than expected, so I'm probably going to say that was maybe about 7 minutes. So yep, what I'm now going to add in, I didn't want to add this in beforehand, is a good heaped tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste. Okay, and it's probably roughly about half and half, so probably half a tablespoon of ginger, half a tablespoon of garlic going in. So, okay, so just going to give that a bit of a stir around for a minute or so, just to take the rawness out of the garlic and the ginger. Okay, and I've got that on medium-high. So just in with a small splash of water. Okay. You can smell the garlic coming through and the ginger. So I'm going to turn this down just now to a low. I'm going to add in the dried spices. Okay, so I'll tell you what that is once I get it in and start mixing it about. Okay, so that's all going in. I don't want to burn the spices, so just to bloom them, liven them up a tiny bit. So what is in this is 2 heaped tablespoons of extra hot chili powder, 1 heaped tablespoon of hot madras powder. I don't have mixed powder, so it's 1 tablespoon, as I say, of hot madras curry powder, 2 tablespoons of regular chili powder, and a tablespoon of Kashmiri chili powder just to give it that red look. I've 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I have 1 teaspoon of salt in there also. So you can see that's kind of darkened into really dark red. Okay, I mean, everybody has their different versions of Phall. So I have not made this. I ate the darn thing, and by God, the first time I ever ate it. Let me put it this way. I was kind of up and down the stairs, and pardon the expression, it felt I was sliding down the banister on the arse with a razor blade. Okay, so there we are. That's how hot it was, and the effects the following day. I should say a disclaimer for myself for this, because in certainly some Indian restaurants they will get you to do that. Indeed. Oh, the other thing as well that I should say that I've added in, I just added in a half teaspoon of tandoori masala powder, but I mean that's totally optional. So as I say, the spices will be in kind of the description anyway. Okay, that seems to be spices bloomed. So I'm going to show you one of these hopefully. These are small, like kind of mini bird's eye chilies, if you can see them. These are really hot. I bit one earlier, I broke out in a sweat. So I have 12 of those going in. Okay. And then I have three reasonably medium-sized red chilies, seeds in, going in. So there we are. And I have you can see a green chili going in as well. I have that sliced, so seeds in as well, just to show it's open. Okay. So I'm going to add just a wee splash of water. There we are. So I've kind of got this now at a medium. This is solely for me this evening. There is no one at home here will eat this. So I have 250 grams and it's back to the good old flavours and chicken thighs going in. So I just want to make sure that the chicken is well coated in this masala. I'll just have to get the splash, believe it or not, on my glasses, and thank God I have them on, rather, the glasses on, because this stuff gets into my eye. It will be a very painful job to get the pain down. So just turning this up now to a high, just to get the chicken going. And then I'm going to eyeball this, so I'm putting in roughly about 250 mils of water, and it's warm water I have going in to want the curry to cool down. So there we are. There's more to come. But we'll let this cook through a bit, get the chicken reasonably well cooked. Okay, pop the lid on. I will start from time to time, make sure nothing sticks. I'll see you again shortly. Okay folks, so more ingredients to go in. I haven't got any lemon, so what I'm using is lime, and they're very small limes, so I'm going to squeeze the juice of two of them. Not an awful lot of juice, I should say, coming out. There we are. Because there has to be some acidity. You could use just white vinegar, maybe a tablespoon and a half, if you so desire, if you haven't got any citrus fruit at all. You know, I can squeeze the hell out of it. So, and I have to be honest, well, the kind of catching me, pardon me, in the back of the throat. I'm putting in my coriander now. I'm not going to leave it at the last. Put it through. In case somebody does decide they're not great raw coriander people in the house, you know, I might bet them that somebody takes a tablespoon without coughing, sneezing, their, pardon, I don't know, cooking, but maybe their nose running, you know, after they take a dose of this. So that's that. I'm going to add in some sugar. It's a teaspoon and a half in sugar. Okay, now for the real killer punch, I want to cook it through this time than usual. So, good old Mr.Naga Pickle, and if anybody knows their curries and knows Mr.Naga Pickle, well, this is not for the faint-hearted. So, there's 1 teaspoon in, and they're quite heaped, as you see, there's a bit falling in. So I'm not going to touch this with my fingers at all. There's other parts of my anatomy that I don't want heat at. The eyes, I mean, and anybody else thinking anything else? Well, not there as well. So give that a stir in, the Mr.Naga Pickle. I might add a taste of salt once this is cooked through a bit. Lid back on again. I'm going to say for another 10 to 15 minutes on a medium heat, max. And that's only to let the Naga Pickle do its job, and the sugar and the lime juice that I've added. And we'll stir this from time to time. Okay folks, so I'll see you soon. So I've just added a slight splash of water, things were drying up a bit. So I'm going to be extra brave, and I'm going to put in, you'd seen me put in 3 teaspoons of, heaped teaspoons of Naga Chilli paste. So, in with more. This is a tablespoon, and probably a bit. I don't think I've ever been as nervous in cooking a curry. And I'd say I've had it all before, so we'll see. Well, I've had it on a few occasions, but the very first time, wow, just wow. So we will soon see how this goes. Just maybe a tiny more splash of water. I'm going to turn it now to kind of medium low. Lid back on the cauldron. So how am I going to need this? So I'm going to make a mango lassi to go with this. Okay, so I have roughly they're shop bought mangoes that you get here in good old Northern Ireland. So I'm going to say there's probably 2, 3, which isn't a lot of pulp, as you can see. The stone's as big as my head when they come out. So now for some full fat natural Greek yogurt. So it's 2 tablespoons in. Should give this a bit of a mix. It's 3. Each to your own. 4. I'm going to put 5 in. I'm not going by anybody's recipe, bar my own. So that's the yogurt in it. Let's say a splash of milk. Probably about 75 to 100 mils of milk. You can put sugar in if you wish. If you don't, you don't have to. And by the way, you can have a salt lassi as well, which obviously wouldn't have fruit. So I'm going to put 2 level teaspoons of sugar in. If it's too thick, I can add more milk in. It's not turning very yellow, probably because So I think I might add more milk in, just splash more. So we'll call it maybe, here we are. So it's probably about now maybe 200. We'll see how this goes. Probably could have done with more mango, but not to worry. Okay folks, so that's my lassi done, poured out. It's not very yellow, I know. However, what do you call it, the mangoes we have here are pretty rubbish in our local supermarket, which I'll not mention. But anyway, it does taste of mango. I took a wee spoon, so I'll get it out, and by God am I going to need it for this curry. Well folks, this is the Phall done. I mentioned earlier, I think in the dry spices that were going in, I said 2 tablespoons of extra hot chili powder. Wrong, I had 3. But anyway, all the measurements will be in the description. I've just tasted a bit of it, like a teaspoon, and it's really spicy. This is like, I mean, the colour of fire. I'm going out to the shop. I'm going to get some beer in, maybe not a good idea. Right folks, well here we are. My Phall on a plate, what do you call it, with my little bit of rice, and also my lassi. So here we are. Now to taste this, here we go. Let's go for it. You know, get plenty of the Phall on this. Okay. Well, here. Shit, pardon. We'll go. Yeah, it's nice. Right, well, I'm going to say, I'm not going to say a lot. Do try this, and you can let me know how you get on. You maybe join me in the hospital. So, yeah, so my wife came in and had a taste of it and went, yeah, she that doesn't like spice, and it's not spicy. Okay, whatever.
I did not say it's not spicy.
There,
I just
you're arguing
said,
in the background. Don't listen to her, she's mad.
I just said it wasn't as spicy as I thought you were waffling on that it was going to be. I did
Okay,
not say.
that's okay. I'm beginning to sweat. So I'm going to say all the best. Have a good weekend. See you soon. Take care of your loved ones. Rock on. And bye for now, or maybe forever. Bye.